Faith. What episode are we on?
Episode 41.
Happy 41st birthday, Randy's live. What is happening? We're so happy to come to you tonight from the same place we've been coming to you for a long time. And guess what? We are having some fun tonight. Does it look different? Does it seem different? Is it different? It's different, right? Woo, woo, woo. Oh, okay, love the countdown. So far, that's what they love. They love the countdown. We thought for 41, we would do something a little bit different. So here we are. We're trying out something new, something exciting, new streaming. We've got graphics. Let's be honest, Andrew McGinnis did all of this. You know that. You know I didn't do that. He's the director now. He's the graphics person. Skylar Faith is still our manager. We're happy to be here. When we started doing this on the first night, 41 episodes, it was my idea to come to you live every night as sort of a way to reach out and, connect with my community, to spread information, to tell people we love them, to talk about important things that were happening, to celebrate the heroes, to do shout outs for the people on my, mailing lists and things that were asking for prayers. And then it's turned into a whole show. It's a talk show now, and it's super fun. The nicest part for me is that every night I get to reach across the virtual waves and talk to someone that I've been missing, someone that I've been thinking about, and we've had so many incredible guests on. You should check out the highlight reel that Andrew's been so busy. The highlight reel that Andrew has also put together. There's bloopers in there. There's a lot of fun. So here we go. So here's 41, and hopefully you're liking the way that it's looking. Skylar Faith, let's do the part where we tell everyone what we did today. What did we do today, pretty girl?
We did math.
We did math.
Reading and...
We did reading. What else did we do? What was our elective today? We did something super special.
Art.
Oh, we did art with Patrick Carney. Okay, so we should, we got it. Can they see that behind? Yes, they can see that behind you. So exciting. This morning we told Skylar we needed a little wall art for behind her since we have a new fancy camera angle on Skylar. And so those are the flowers that you drew ahead of time, right? Before you're and you're an excellent artist, Skylar. And then that rose is the rose that you drew after your art class with Patrick. That's incredible. Woo! These electives are really during. These classes are really paying off. Listen, this is what we do. We reach out to our friends all over the country and we say, hey, would you be interested in maybe homeschooling our daughter from wherever you are for, 20, 30, 40 minutes a day so that Andrew and I can slip out and have a cocktail? No, that's not what people, I say it all the time, so people are going to think that's what we do. It's not what we do. My crew tonight is obviously Skylar Faith, my audience of one, and my stage manager, and Andrew Perry.
I was way off, I'm
McGinnis,
sorry.
And Andrew Perry McGinnis, my director, and now you're everything. You're the producer, you're the director, you're the cameraman. Are you still the cameraman? He's giving you like
I am.
a thumbs up.
I just don't know how to do a thumbs because I can't get to a camera.
No, you can't do a camera. So he's giving you
actually,
this
hold on.
out there.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, here we go. He's going to figure out a way to do it. Dawn is on. Let's see who's on. Big shout out to all of the workers who are still working and on the front lines. Tennessee is opening up a little bit, and that's it's something, right? I did see a lot of posts from my friends today that are trying so hard to still be safe and still honor all of the social distancing, and I know it's a desperate time for so many people, and believe me, every night that we come to you and we do this silliness where we dress up in costumes and sing music and have fun, we're very aware how lucky we are. We know that we're really blessed to have a roof over our heads and to be healthy, and we don't take that for granted, and we always want to celebrate the people that are out there on the front lines because we couldn't be here if they weren't there. So big shout out tonight, especially to all the people who are really hurting, like the Best family that lost their Nana. We got some information about that today, so big prayers from our family to you. Okay, let's see who's on before I sing a little ditty. Wisconsin is on. They're loving your graphics. Andrew, you're getting big love. Big love.
Thank you.
Your hair is awesome, Anna. I saw that picture. It's so good. You have the best quarantine hair. I'm going with that. Okay, so our guest tonight is a wonderful musician. I'm going to fill you in a little bit on the neat sort of synchronicity story about how our paths crossed. But it made me think of what song I wanted to do, and we're at episode 41, so it's entirely possible that I'm now repeating songs. I don't mean to, but this one I think is a definite repeat, but it's intentional. It was the song I think I did on our first episode ever. It's a song about show, and I was selling my CDs, and Skylar Faith came up to me and she asked if she could have one of my CDs. And I said, well, sure, you can. Mama's got a few hundred in her garage, so if you want one, you can have one. And so I gave her a CD, and then of course she looked at it, because she's 7, and she said, how do I play this? And I thought that was funny. Can't swipe it, right? So I got a boom box, and I showed you how to use a boom box, and she played my CDs. And the next day she had a friend over, and I went upstairs to her bedroom, and I was doing laundry and the door was closed, but inside I could hear Skylar Faith singing a bunch of my songs from the CD. Yep. And it made me feel super good. And I thought, maybe no Grammy. And then I'm supposed to say yeah. But if that's what fame feels like, that feels really good. So Skylar, you've been a trooper the past 2 days while Daddy and I have been running around trying to do some crazy stuff for this Facebook Live thing. Thank you for being such a good girl, okay? Love ya. So glad you're my stage manager. I wouldn't want anyone else. All those fancy cars, all those pretty little diamond rings, all the lights of the city, all the glitter, all the gold, well, they don't mean a thing, 'cause when she's looking up at me with those eyes and she says, Mama, sing me a lullaby, well, the race is done, I've already won, and I barely even tried. Just wanna be famous in her eyes, 'cause if I am, then I won the prize. For all I got wrong, I got a whole lot right if I'm famous in her eyes. Hey! All those wasted years, precious time being what I ain't, all the ups and downs, all the runarounds, well, I really can't complain, 'cause when she's holding me in her little hand and she says, Mama, come on and dance, I could walk on the moon, but I'm telling you, I'm happy where I am. Just wanna be famous in her eyes, 'cause if I am, then I'm doing fine. For all I got wrong, I got a whole lot right if I'm famous in her eyes. Everybody needs somebody to carry them across the finish line, somebody to lift them up, to show them love, to water them with sunshine. So if you're feeling like hope is gone, blue skies you ain't seeing none, try to remember what I'm telling you, friends. You're famous to someone. Just wanna be famous in her eyes, 'cause if I am, then I won the prize. For all I got wrong, I got a whole lot right if I'm famous in her eyes. Wanna be famous in her eyes, 'cause if I am, then I'm doing fine. For all I got wrong, I got a whole lot right if I'm famous in her eyes. Hey! All those fancy cars, all those pretty little diamond rings, all the lights of the city, all the glitter, all the gold, well, they don't mean a thing. Skyby, my audience of one, I love you. Oh, well, you don't have to, okay. Yay! Thunderous applause. I love singing that song because it reminds me of you. A sweet, sweet girl who's been going to shows since she was a little bitty baby. She was raised in bars and on top of ours and honky tonks. What, that doesn't sound good? No. Well, you're the one that wanted to hashtag drinks with daddy. That
That's
didn't
true.
sound good either for our Friday. Oh, it's Fun Friday tomorrow. We should tell you this before I bring on my guests. Tomorrow we have, we don't know where we're coming live from because this is kind of a new setup. We like to do a cooking segment in the kitchen and then we do Mixing with McGinnis. Wendy, that one, that's the title, Mixing with McGinnis. We don't know where we're going to be. We'll be somewhere and we'll be cooking something and we will certainly be drinking something. And we have Brother Maven on with you, a few of Brother Maven, Daniel and maybe another bandmate. They're incredible and they are fun. So it's perfect for Fun Friday. Okay, it's time to bring on the
We
guests.
could always do what we used to do for Fun Friday.
We always do what we used to do for Fun Friday. We've done it so many times. Yes, we've had two Fridays.
When when Dad just looks up.
Yeah, he does his thing. And yeah.
We could do that on Fun Fridays.
Yeah, so now there are 2 directors. So so that's a whole lot of directors.
And now there's a camera angle too.
We gave her a camera. Please welcome. I'm so happy to check in tonight, virtually, remotely, with my new friend, a musician, a songwriter. I'm getting the. It's almost there. A musician, a songwriter, producer, friend, lover of dogs, and man's best friend's best friend. Figure that out. Dean Miller. Let's see if Dean is on. Hi, Dean.
Hello, I'm here. I wanted to be prepared.
How are you?
I can see you, but I'm here.
I can see you, and I can hear you, kind of, but you have something on your face. Can you hear us okay?
I hear you fine. I just don't see you. But
You don't see me.
That's all right. I wanted to be prepared for.
Yeah, you really are taking the 6 feet thing very, very. But I'm glad that you are. I'm very glad that you're being safe. Yeah.
I didn't want to infect anybody in your family, so I wanted to be absolutely extra safe. So.
Thank you, because we are split screen, and it seems to the audience that we're very close to one another. Hey, there you are.
Kind of a joke. I don't see you, but I can still perform. I don't know.
So he can't. He doesn't see us. I'm not sure why. Should we give him a?
I have him on the screen.
I think everyone else sees you. Hold on. Let me check with the world. Hold on.
That's
check
okay.
with the millions of viewers right now. So please hold, and we'll see if they see you.
All right. I mean, I don't want to hold up the show.
Sounds like they see you. I'm feeling like they see you.
All right.
All right. Let us know if they don't. So just pretend that it's me. You know what I look like. So pretend I know. I was going to say that we usually have some social distancing when we're in the studio working together. I'm pretty used to seeing you. I'm behind some glass and you're at a bar or something. But first of all, Dean, tell us where you are calling in from, and tell us how things are where you are.
I'm in Franklin, Tennessee, in my home, and this is what I call the Twangtown Lounge, which is my office room, my studio, where I create, where I do all kinds of stuff. And the reason I call it the Twangtown Lounge is because I was always under the impression that the CB radio handle for Nashville was Twangtown, and then somebody corrected me and said it's Guitar Town, like the Steve Earle song. But I like Twangtown better, so that's why I call it. So I started calling the Twangtown Lounge.
I like it too. It's very cool. And so how are you finding things where you are? Like, how are you finding Franklin?
I use a compass. Oh, I'm sorry. How do I find it?
But I'm changing rim shot.
Actually, I don't know if you know this. People are stupid, and it's terrible to say, but people are really. I go to the grocery store, for example, and I mask up and glove up and keep social distancing, and I'm amazed at how many people don't. So I'd like to encourage people to really take it seriously, because it's life death for some people, it might not particularly, but you may carry this to someone else, and really it doesn't take much to stay home. Even if it does seem like a long time, people have gone through a lot worse to save society, and we're saving society. So let's do the right thing.
Amen. And I kind of took that. I know you were being, half funny when you wore the mask, but I also think it's a good idea to present wearing a mask. It's a real thing. I'm with you 110%. I feel like it's a small amount that we can do. Really not a lot is being asked of us, other than, we understand people are, we get that. We understand that hardship tremendously and never make light of that. But as far as social distancing and wearing a mask, that doesn't seem, it's uncomfortable. It's weird. It's certainly not what you want to be doing, but I'm with you 100% on that. And I was actually talking to my people in Montana. We were talking about making masks for for kids because they fit differently for kids. So that's something I'm going to also post in the comments. You just reminded me about that because the big ones don't fit so well on the little faces. So,
Right.
so when this all happened, when the big shutdown, I know, but there are some people out there, some of my friends that may not know, what were you doing before everything sort of stopped? Fill them in a little bit on what you were doing and what, your world looked like before this happened.
Well, my whole life is built on having to be social. I do two things I do several things, but I work in the music business, and when I go into a studio to produce a record, that is all about lots of people crammed into a small space together.
Yes.
So they have shut that down completely, and it's certainly not considered an essential business.
Yes.
So recording, going in the studio is off the table. It hit me hard. And then I train dogs, so I go to people's homes and I work with them and their dogs, and that's off the table unless I wear a mask and gloves, which I've also been doing to go help people train. But I take this very seriously because I feel like even if it's a hardship now, it's a short hardship compared to years of having to do this. It gets worse or hurting other people. I know people want to work and need to be working, but you can't work if you're sick, and you certainly can't work if you're dead. And it's as simple as that. So work,
Man,
work,
brother.
work is third after health and being alive. That's my opinion.
Yes, I agree. Nothing comes before human life. Absolutely. I hear you. Well, we had such a beautiful opportunity to work together. It's been so great getting to know you. I feel like, I've told you this before. I'm sure now it sounds a little corny to you, but I feel like it was a little synchronicity, a little God up there making our channels cross again after years of sort of playing email tag and phone tag
Right.
and Europe, or I was having a baby or something that was getting in between us working together. But I've loved working with you. And so for people that are watching that know my music really well, they're pretty familiar with Happy Hour in Heaven, that song and that video that we released a few months ago. And Dean was the producer on that beautiful track. And not just, the producer on it, but also introduced me to this beautiful body of studio musicians who came together to really, in my opinion, bring that track to life. And it was, people who know me know that that song is not just another Randi Driscoll song. It's pretty much the story of my family.
Right.
So you certainly had your finger on the pulse of how to bring that song to life, and that was beautiful. And so I thank you for that. And then we were planning on doing some more recording right as this really revved up. Like the week before everything sort of shut down. And we made a conscious decision that it wasn't a good idea. So I'm feeling for the musicians. I'm certainly feeling for all of the Nashville session players who are completely out of work. And the funny thing is, if you're a musician, you do session playing, you write, you're with people, you do gigs, and we're just not sure when any of that, it might come back slowly, but we're not sure when that's going to come back. So it's a weird time. And I know you're feeling it on every level, but I'm sure those animals are so happy when you go and visit them and they get a minute with you. That's got to be good, right? It's like.
Well, I'm just lucky that I can't catch this from my dog or other people's dogs because I can't live without dog contact. I can live without doing humans for a while, but I can't live without dog contact.
I didn't even think of that, but that's so true. You can hug big time on a dog.
I hug on my dog all I want, and other dogs too. So
yeah. Okay. Well, so I see that you have an instrument right there on your lap, and I love it, and my audience would love it if you came prepared. You know how to play. You play well with others. They would love it. Oh, you have? Okay, good. Mm-hmm. I also know you as a songwriter, and I've listened to you long before we met in person. Really, or started together. I was listening to your tracks, love your writing, love your voice. And so I would love it if you would introduce my friends to some of what you do, a little of your music. Do you think you could play something for us today?
Sure. Well, I came back at this after putting it away for a while, but I started releasing music, and I have a song out right now that I'm going to do right now. It's called 1965, and it's on all the streaming platforms where music is so streamed or stolen. And if you want to pick up 1965, this song is out there because I decided to take a chance and release it as a singer. I have a whole album coming out in about 3 or 4 weeks. But this is the title track from the album, and it's out now, and it's called 1965.
Awesome.
I put on my black suit and boots, dark shades, and comb my hair. Maybe you can find that old red dress you used to wear. And we'll go back in time and find the way it used to be. Back when country songs were good and love was wild and free. Let's take a trip around the world and never leave this town. I'll pick you up in my Cadillac and we'll take a spin around. Burn some gas and cigarettes, be someone else tonight. Let's drive around like it's 1965. Do your hair like Tammy, and I'll sing like Johnny Cash. And we'll put on this old rhinestone buckle and a diamond ring for flash. Back before the worries of the world came crashing in, when a woman was a woman and a man could be a man. Let's take a trip around the world and never leave this town. I'll pick you up in my Cadillac and we'll take a spin around. Burn some gas and cigarettes, be someone else tonight. Let's drive around like it's 1965. AM radio, static on the dial. Them sad old songs just cut right through the years and tears and miles. Let's take a trip around the world and never leave this town. I'll pick you up in my Cadillac and we'll take a spin around. Burn some gas and cigarettes, be someone else tonight. Let's drive around. Let's drive around. Let's drive around like it's 1965.
You can take applause here from this audience of 3, and
Great.
lots of love
Awesome.
from Facebook land too. Okay, so I haven't seen you since you released that. We haven't really talked, and it's a great track. You sound so beautiful on it too. The playing, everything on it is great. And I just want like a little snippet of Into Your Head about writing it, because I have my thoughts. Give me a little. I'm just curious about it.
Well, I'm really nostalgic for that time. There's a very specific time in history that's kind of like mid-60s to mid-70s, when things were a little more naive. Everything on records and TV was like happy and wide-eyed, and and I just and the clothes and the style were so cool, like the suits and
that's what I was feeling.
Oh yeah, I mean, like everything you think of Johnny Cash came out of that era. Well, those black suits and shades and the cigarettes and the Rat Pack and all that stuff really appeals to me. And I feel like we couldn't be further from that in what's going on right now. And I think there are people that like that stuff too. And I just wanted.
You wrote what you felt.
Yeah, I wanted to express that. I have a lot of memories. I was born in 1965, and so I just chose that year because of that. And
yeah, it's really funny. When I heard it, I flashed back because part of the reason that I connected with you was because my family listened to your dad. And so it was such a weird thing when I never made that connection until years after we spoke. I mean, had no idea until years after. And then it all came after I'd lost my, family. And I thought, okay. And I was very nostalgic too in writing my new music. I was going back to another time, and I just felt a little bit of that in the song. I felt like there was just some recall of a different time that really, it's like you can smell the tobacco, you can feel it. It's so, it's right there. And I'm not necessarily saying that's a great thing, but I had those feelings when I was writing and recording for my new CD. And so when I heard that, I thought, oh, he's having that same kind of a throwback feel where he can play that chord and sing that line, and he's right there in the era with all of those people. So
yeah, people used to dress up to go fly on an airplane. They give you silverware, and the waitress came down the aisle.
Fancy.
She came down the aisle in this uniform. She looked like a movie star, and I just thought, that whole era was so cool, and everybody took pride in themselves more. It seemed like, and the music that came out of that time was so great.
Super cool. Well, I don't know if there'll be silverware on planes again, but I know that I'll be 6 ahead of the other. I don't know. It's so funny. I used to fly so much, and now I'm like, wow. Remember flying? Remember gigging? Hey, Dean, remember songwriter nights? Yeah, it's insane.
How do you social distance when you're all placed into a metal tube in the sky?
I know. We're trying to figure it out. I know they're trying to figure that out right now. But all right, well, I'm going to ask you the questions. Every night, we've been doing this for 41 episodes. I ask the same 3 questions. It's interesting for me to get perspective from people all over the country and other countries and kind of just see where we're at, right? So you can take them as seriously, as lighthearted as you want, whatever you're feeling. So the first question is, what, in your opinion, has been the hardest part of the time of social isolation? What's the hardest part for you?
Definitely not being able to socialize with other people. It occurred to me, this is going to sound really sad. I don't mean it to sound sad, but I haven't hugged anyone since this started.
A lot of people haven't.
That simple act right there, I'd like to hug my friends, or shaking hands. I wonder if we'll ever shake hands again,
We don't know. We don't know.
Somebody went to shake my hand the other day and I panicked. I went, so how long will it take for that feeling to go away?
I will be seeing you and Rory in the studio, and we will bow to one another. That's what we will do. That'll be okay. So well, I believe me, you're not the first person to say that. A lot of people. Let's flip that around a little bit. If there is one, understanding that we feel blessed, that we're in the position we're in, what would you say is a silver lining that you've seen come out of this time?
Oh, that I can go on and on about. But for me, there's an old saying that money makes you more of who you are. Like if you're a jerk, you're more of a jerk with a lot of money, and if you're a good person, you're more of a good person with a lot of money. I feel like in this time, we've had to be isolated with ourselves. And so you have to be in a room alone with yourself for a long period of time. You get really honest with yourself about what kind of person you are.
Yeah, so I hear you.
I actually think it's made a better person because I have to deal with the impatient side of myself, the needy part of myself, all that stuff. But also creatively, I have to be more creative. So I've been writing more songs and doing more things. I'm learning stuff about, like I've learned video editing while I've been doing this. All this stuff. So I'm going to be a better person, a better artist when this is all over.
Sounds like you're using it to your benefit. You're using time to your benefit. And I also, see all those things out there from people that are like, it's just hard. I'm not feeling the vibe. I'm writers who are like, I'm deep in my writer's block. And I say, listen, it's going to be different for all of us. If you open your eyes in the morning, one foot out of the bed, my book. So, but I love that you're feeling it, and that you're feeling, especially that you're creative again. That's cool. Here's the last question. What have you learned? What have you learned?
Trigonometry. No, I'm kidding. I have learned. No, I have not. I've never learned that. I have learned to slow down and appreciate everything. I appreciate a walk more than I ever appreciated a walk. I appreciate, simple sunshine and all that stuff. And then start to think about the things you take for granted. Like I appreciate the grocery store and all that those people do for us. I mean, really think about the simplicity of this army of people that keep us fed. You know what I mean? Just that alone. And how brave are they? They're forced to be brave in a way because they need to make a living. They stand on the front lines every day and exchange with people all day long. That's dangerous. And they're doing it and keeping us fed. I've come to appreciate people in a whole different way.
I love that. I think that's great perspective. You have gratitude for the things that you didn't notice before, or maybe you did, but you didn't take a long minute to think about it. I think a lot of people are with you on that one. I think that's a so thanks for sharing that with us. It's great to see you again. It just made me itch to work together again and to do some more music. And I'm ready. I am too. It'll happen. I'm not sure when, but when everything is ready, we will get in there and we'll make more tunes. You've been a really great new friend of mine in Nashville, a great addition to my circle.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So keep doing what you're doing, and Andrew and I will see you in whatever. It could be weeks, could be months, but we'll see you when it's time.
Okay, great.
Thanks for being here tonight. We loved having you. Yeah, nice to see you too. Great tune. Oh, wait. Before, did you go? Wait, no. I want to ask you because I don't actually know. Where's the best way to find your single, and like follow you and tip you out, or if we always preface it with not everyone is able to right now, but some people still like to donate to the arts and buy music. So where can we get it? Stream it, everything.
Okay. I think if I can give one piece of advice to everybody,
yes.
I think it's always funny when people come on social media and they say, "Where can I get this?" And I think we live in a time where there is nothing that you can't get without putting it in the search bar. Go up to the search bar and you write Dean Miller, and then up will come 6,000 things. But anyway, if you want this, I will tell you, Spotify, so you can stream it, and it's also Apple, iTunes, and I have some. Every day I'm putting up something entertaining on my social media. I'm trying to be entertaining during this time for people because that's what I feel like I can give back. So Instagram is at Dean Miller Music.
Cool.
Twitter is at Dean Miller Music.
Cool.
And my Facebook is at Dean Miller Page. And that's because at Dean Miller was taken.
See, that's why we ask.
That's right. So at Dean Miller Page on Facebook, but everything else is at Dean Miller Music, and there'll be videos. I put videos, jokes, songs coming out in a couple of days. Look for that too.
Okay, cool. It's so funny you said that because we had a guest on the other night, and I asked her the same question, and her where to find her was this idol. It wasn't anything like her, and it was because she said if you look me up, it's really like a very popular doorknob company. I thought she was kidding. When we tried to link her to YouTube, it really was a very popular doorknob company. So
there is a Dean Miller who makes Hawaiian bed sheets.
Okay.
And the slogan for the company is, "Have you slept with Dean Miller yet?"
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, that could work for you. I don't know. If only there was a way to redirect it right to you. That would be.
It might work. It might work for me. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, now we know exactly how to find you and get really high quality bed sheets should we need them. So thank you so much for being here. We're going to play a little behind the scenes too for that music video we're done. So we're going to let the fans see a little bit of that. So nostalgia, feeling it too. Stay safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of those puppies, and we will see you soon. Okay, friend?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. Bye.
Okay, good night.
Oh, it's awesome. That's my baby. So Andrew's over there just like wickety whack. He's like a DJ. He's just moving things. He's flying things in. It's just amazing. It's so cool. Well, I'm not allowed to say that now. I'm just telling you. He's doing a lot of fun stuff over there. Let's see who is on right now. Becky's on. Charlotte's on. Ashlyn's on. Wendy's on. This is fun. We're having a great time with this. You can see it looks a little different tonight. Thanks for being here with us. Before we leave tonight, I think we're going to show you a little something. Are we going to do that? You don't have to be silent. You're so quiet now. People still know you're here. Andrew is still here. He's just working so hard right now. Did I tell them about Fun Friday? Oh, we have great guests on Saturday, Soul Sundays. That's right. I just renamed it. I just rebranded Sundays because they're soulful.
Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on.
Wants to say something. I can just talk to her. Go ahead.
Are we still doing kids show on Saturday?
Oh, not this Saturday. We are doing kids show the fall. Listen, that'll be like episode 119. No, listen. Skylar Faith was thinking for the 50th episode, we could just get big balloons. They could fall from the ceiling, and you get a car, and you get a car. I don't know about that. I love balloons. I don't think we have that many balloons.
You get $1, and you get $1.
Skylar thinks we should give people $1. Okay. We're gonna talk about that later.
50 cents.
So she assumed that we would go to 50, and we're just gonna go. feels like it's time to not anymore. We hope that we've been bringing you some joy. It's been really good to be here. The sun is out. This is awesome.
Oh, so now the sun's out.
Now the sun's out. Okay, I think, Andrew, are we ready to show them a little something? Are you feeling like it's time to do that? Hey, and he spoke. So we just wanted to show this to you before we go tonight, and then we'll call it an evening. This is the video, the making of Happy Hour in Heaven. So as you know, we did a music videos for Happy Hour in Heaven, and many of you have not seen this behind the scenes. So this is a shout out to Jesse and his crew. This is a shout out to Ryan Forbes, to all of the people at Betty Lou's that made that happen, to all of the beautiful studio musicians here in Nashville that recorded the song, to Dean who produced the track, to Rory, to, oh my gosh, so many people that made it happen, Omni Sound. It was a beautiful, beautiful piece of my family that I got to put out there into a video. You're going to see a lot of friends that did great things. Donna was here. I could go on and on. It was a really great experience. So we're going to show you that behind the scenes. It's the making of Happy Hour in Heaven, and then we will call it a night. So let's do that, and then we'll come back. The other night I saw a post about a songwriter contest. I'm a singer-songwriter at a place called Betty Lou's, and they said they were asking for love songs. I thought I had to come because my mom's name was Betty Lou. And I've never seen a place like this with a cool name like that. But I knew that she was absolutely in a better place and so damn happy because my mom was finally back with my daddy at a place a lot like this, I think, having a really good time, and probably drinking a Jack Daniels like I am for her tonight. So
Awesome.
Here we go.
There is a bar in heaven where your drinks are free, and any time, day or night, you find an open seat. Your hands are never tired, your legs are never weak. The game is on. Coffee's strong, the beer's ice cold, the whiskey's playing 24/7. Those angels gonna dance all night long if you let them. They're having one hell of a good time. Won't stop until the sun shines. It's a happy hour in heaven. So heavy.
It's really nice. Hey, Jimmy, put the one beat of we're gonna do that.
Anytime, day or night, you find an open seat.
You want to come up here and just kind of like look down?
Hey Jesse, will you stand right there again real quick so I can get a good focus of where let's see. Okay.
Wait, keep that glass raised right there. Keep that glass raised. You.
Yours, Tony. What?
You, raise the glass, yeah. Everyone else, keep your glasses raised.
It'll last long as you drinking it. Hey, Gary.
That was gold. That was good.
Oh, that's so good.
Hear that song and I swear I can see.
Just gonna do one more.
His face. How it lights right up when she walks into the place.
Got it.
Every night of
Can I have you looking at Randy now?
he falls into songs left and nothing's perfect.
Here. You guys, can you guys get another shot for this? Smoke. Yeah, sorry.
And I
Right, move back around, Tom. Yeah, back to the same spot. All right.
Do we cross?
Now move back around.
Out there, they asked me why. This is what I said. She always told me she would see his face again.
All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey Donna, can you just sit right here?
If I could, then I would go back and tell you how brave you've always been, how they were always noticing. If I could, then I would go back and tell you some people never change, but you're gonna love them anyway. If I could, then I would go back and tell you don't waste your time on tears. Everyone.
Hey, so we tried the video. We have some spies out there in Facebook land that are letting us know that the audio is not syncing in the video because this is all brand new. So we're just going to do it the way that we always do it. We will put the clip up to this because it's such a neat video. It's super sweet. And like I said in the intro, this song is super important to me, and the video was so much fun to make. For those of you that don't know the story, the video was done at a bar here at a place called Betty Lou's, which was my mom's name, and there just happens to be a bar in Nashville named Betty Lou's. So we recorded the video there, and what weekend do you think was the only weekend that Ryan Forbes, the director, could fly out to record it? September 22nd, my mom's birthday. So we recorded this beautiful video, and all of our friends are in it, so we're going to post that right after this. We just couldn't get the audio and video to sync up, and so it was looking a little jerky, and we were not jerky when we were doing it. Anyway, so thank you for watching tonight. This is episode 41. Tomorrow will be episode 42. That's right, we're counting, right, Skybeam? We are doing math. So happy to be here with you. Big shout out to everyone out there. We are thinking of you. We hope that you are okay. Big thanks to my guest tonight, Dean. Just do your best to carry through. It looks different for everyone, right? This is all a different experience that we're having. And if you're like me and all my friends, you're having this kind of an experience, like up and down and up and down. Some days are great, sometimes they're terrible, or there's just a lot of really dark days. Or you're losing people you love and you're praying for people that you love. We understand. We do. Maybe this helps a little. Send in messages. We'll do prayer chains for you. We'll do shout outs. And don't forget, we have Fun Friday tomorrow, where we always have a little bit of fun, usually because we're doing something really nuts and we're trying to cook something we can't cook or make a cocktail we can't cocktail. Thanks so much for being here. Sky, you want to come over here or do you want to stay there? You want to stay there? Okay. Here we go. Remember that your vibe attracts your tribe. Ooh, and we love our tribe. That was fun. Big hugs. Love you, Sky. Love you, Andrew. Love you guys. Thanks for being here tonight. And we